Did you know? RPG Maker 1 is actually the third RPG Maker in the console series in Japan. Let me look over my notes so I can read my lines here. RPG Maker 1's third entry in console series in Japan, which started on the SNES in Japan, the Japanese SNES. And when it moved outside of Japan, this is the cover art that we wound up getting right here. Yep, this is the cover art we got. Kind of rad, actually. Actually, going back to the other cover, I'm not entirely sure what the deal is with that rabbit there in the lower right, considering the rabbit never actually appears in RPG Maker anywhere, not even Anime Maker. There is a rabbit in there, but, it's not the same rabbit. Okay, well, that took me like several attempts to do this Did You Know skit, and it was actually a whole lot harder to do juggle all of my windows in order to get that right. So, sorry if that was a little bit rough there. I'll have to actually practice on the next Did You Know thing. Okay, so anyway, welcome back to this game that we're making. I'm doing a thing where I'm making a game, so let's go ahead and continue making the game. I'm gonna have to fix that. By the way, anytime I'm wandering across objects that I should not be able to, just assume that I'm holding down the circle button in order to get myself out of trappy situations such as that one. You know what would be interesting? If somebody actually made a game that required use of playing in test play so that you can use the circle button to bypass objects. Like a point-and-click sort of game. That would be interesting. Now then, let's go ahead and continue this again. So, graphics are going to be correct now. I am robbing you. Screech. Oh no, a monkey. Snapshot. Jenny. And there we go. Yay! Let me join you. Screech. But thou must. Okay. Yay, let's go to the Inferno. For no other reason other than that's what was said here. But first, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh yeah, I need to get this set up now. So outside Jenny's house, in fact in general Buttertown, I need to do a couple of things. First off, did I want to change the sound effect for the treasure chest opening? No, the sound effect is fine. However, I do want to have the graphic change as it's being opened, rather than after the fact. So, event status, change event graphic. What color chest is this? The red one? Okay, and then we're also going to be doing the same for the treasure chest down here. And this one's going to be a gold one. And once again, have the sound effect for an item proper. Okay, and there's also a couple of other things I want to do here. I'm going to actually go back to the world map. I'm gonna move the location of us entering the map. And something I'm gonna do when we enter the town under normal circumstances is have us move the party up four. And there's a purpose to this. It'll be more obvious once we actually have more than just a monkey on the team. That said, we're going to want an occasion where we're not actually being walked up. So in that situation, we're going to use switch number 8. Let me write down that we're using switch number 8. And then switch number 8 gets turned off as soon as the map is entered. So switch number 8 is going to be used to not have the player move up 4 spaces when they enter this map, under circumstances where they're exiting one of these buildings. So let's go ahead and actually make that the situation, so that anytime we leave the building, switch number 8 gets turned on. Let's copy this to other exits. And while I'm thinking about it, we need to kind of fix up the situation with Jenny's house here, because there is a situation where we could possibly win a sweepstakes, but I kind of messed that up, I noticed before the stream. A couple of things, in fact. First off, the probability where we set 80%, that's 80% chance of choice 2 happening. So in actuality, I want the less likely options to be happening in the first option, because that way this section here is only 20% and this is the 80%. And more importantly, we need to have this take over to the correct page of the telephone here. In fact, I'm not even sure what I was doing here with the telephone. Let's get rid of that first page because it's not actually of any use. Okay, I'm gonna want to kind of do something else here. Yeah, there is something else I want to do, considering we could potentially enter Jenny's house from a different area. So for this one, we're also going to want to have switch 8 turn on. And then switch off 8. We'll only want the telephone to ring when we're entering the place from down this way, I think. That's what I'm probably gonna do. So let's see here. That gets the phone call situated. So we get the phone call. Switch on 5 so that we can interact with it. Switch on 6 and switch off 5. And this only triggers when 6... Okay, I think this is all set up how I want. A lot of stuff to keep track of here, but tell you what. Okay, ignoring this happened because I loaded a quick save file, which under normal circumstances the player is not going to do. Got a boat. And then we go into the building here. And so now I can actually show you why... No, I'll have to fix that as well. Now I get to show you why I have this placed a character inside the doorway when we enter a house. No, I can't, because I forgot to actually do this properly. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to do 2 things here. First, actually have that exit properly. As a reminder, the reason why I'm getting sent inside the door is because earlier I moved the entire town down 2 spaces and have not actually moved the little teleports here. So I'm gonna do that first, because that's annoying. It's bad. We don't want to wind up inside a wall. And more importantly... Oh yeah, now I remember why. Okay, so this did have in fact the up, but I also want this to have the up. So, as I was saying, here's this situation that I was trying to happen. It's not working. Why isn't it working? Shoot. That should have totally moved us up. I have this right? Let me double check where I got this thing set. It sets me inside the doorway, correct. I know this is a thing that works. I've tested it before. Recently, in fact. So we come into this. Is this just not triggering? Wait. Oh, that's the problem. I'm not turning switch 8 off. So that's something you want to bear in mind. Whenever you're creating a game, make sure you turn switches on when you want them on, and then turn them off when you want them off. So, I'm kind of resetting things here. And now... there we go. So, the reason why I've been doing all this setup is so that when we enter the house, we started down there in the opening, but I had it quickly move us up into the room, so it looks like we're actually walking into the room there. Now let me make sure that I can't trigger this right now. Okay, good. Now, the next thing I want to do is see if I can get the phone to trigger. It's only a 20% chance of it happening, so this might take a few attempts. I suppose for the sake of testing, I should have actually increased the odds. Yeah, that might not have been a bad idea, actually. Okay, I'm gonna give this 3 more attempts, and if it still doesn't trigger, I'm going to cheat and put the odds heavily in my favor. Alright, well, that's kind of surprising how the 20% odds have so far turned into 0%. So, temporarily, what we're going to do here... So now there's only a 1% chance that it won't be the thing we want. Okay, ignoring that because that's something else. There we go! So now we can click this. Jenny, I got your number, and it's a winner! Come next door for your prize. Out of curiosity, no, I cannot select that twice. So, now that I have successfully done this thing... Oh, there's something else I wanted to do now that I think about it. Derp. Well... out of curiosity, do I at least have the guy appearing there now? Yeah, he appears there now. Okay, so at least I have that going for me. But there's something else I wanted to do here. And it's going to require a little bit of modification to the town now that I think about it. Because I'm gonna move the treasure chest. Cause there's I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun here. Got a boat first off. And trip and fell to this and there we go. And we're going to actually provide such an item. We're going to get the thief in our inventory, because why not? So, let's see here. Let's move some stuff around real quick. Let's just set that there. And put the thief... No, actually, I'll go ahead and put the thief down here. Yeah, I'll put the thief down here. Do not drop him. And we kind of do want to sell him. He's worth 100,000 coins. We'll hide. There we go. And we're about to add another NPC to the town. So, inventory, add... There we go. So, let's go ahead and create ourselves that cop that I had set up a while ago. And here's a little fun thing to do for the chat. Why is this cop looking for a thief? Have some fun with this one. Some sort of silly reasoning. And I'll go ahead and set up the situation where we have acquired the thief. You have a thief. Can I I'll trade you. I'm gonna be taking advantage of an interesting option. As for the reasoning he wants a thief, Sir Rosser has come up with a possible good one. He stole... last donut from the You stole the last donut from the cookie jar. Oh, that's a joint effort. I just looked at one person's message, didn't notice that Atlantis was also saying sort of the same thing. Atlantis says stole his donuts, and Sarasar's added from the cookie jar thing. So there we go. Which reminds me, as long as Atlantis is getting in on the action here, I'll write down his name on my notes here, because eventually I'm going to take everybody who helped and add them to the credits of the game. Everybody who has content or ideas that I have included in the game. Gotta give credit where credit is due. That sort of thing. Now, back to this. We're going to take advantage of a rarely used feature in RPG Maker. What time is it right now? I hopefully have time to go over this. I have 8 minutes to go over this before I need to go into the next episode break. Lantis is wondering how much of an actual game I'm making here. 1 town and 2 dungeons. So we need to kind of create some prizes here for collecting the thief, and basically what I'm going to do is some buff items. So let's start with HP up. I suppose if the player wants to drop it, they'd be able to. Possibly sell it too. It's going to be worth 10,000 coins. And how many of these am I going to make here? So there's strength, defense, stamina, intelligence, agility, evasion, and experience. So there's 8 options. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So HP up and MP up and attack up. Not sure yet how much these are going to boost, but I just wanted to get them stuck. Oh, strength up, my mistake. Gotta be consistent. Defense up. This is probably going to be the least useful, but throwing it in anyway. Agility up. Same with evasion, actually. Actually, I'll take that back. Evasion is kind of handy. Nice to have enemies miss ya. STRES up. And lastly, actually we're going to call this one let's be consistent. I worry about how much these are going to be worth. For a bit. I'll hold off on that. I just want to move on to what is actually going to happen here. We're going to take advantage of a rarely used shop option called trading. So the way trading works is, well, the better way of explaining this is, normally when you're going to a shop, you sell your item, you get money for it, and then you use that money to buy stuff. This option basically skips all the options in between, where you immediately trade an item for the cost of some other items. Agility, evasion, status resistance, and level. And now I'll have to kind of start this over here, because I already did a quick save beyond getting the treasure chest that contains the thief. So we'll quickly get back to that point. Let's go ahead and check his message real quick. Looking for a thief. He stole the last donut from the cookie jar. Cool, cool. Let's hurry up and skip through these messages. One thing I probably should point out, in case you haven't already noticed, as soon as I touch this event which is facing away from me, he'll immediately face towards me, and so I had to tell him to face away from me some more. There's no way to not have an event face you when you interact with it. So you'll momentarily see this shadow thing's eyes. You know what? Since this is such an important chest, I'll also include a snapshot function for it. Ending, snapshot. This will probably throw me off the course here, because I'm reloading the quick save from here, but that's okay. Got a boat, and also a thief who tripped and fell into this chest. Thief acquired. Now then, couple other things I want to do. I just realized I need to kind of change the price of the level up item. Because the level up item, I'm not going to want the player to get as many of them. In fact, it's going to be only one of them. Well, hold on a sec. Yeah... Shoot, I don't know. Do I want the player to only receive one, or do I want them to receive two? That's the question. 2 level ups? You know what? Sure. Maybe... No. No. Just one. 1 level up. And so, with that being its price, you have a thief. Can I have it? I'll trade you. And here we have the trading menu. I basically choose what I want, and then I take my really expensive thief, and that gets me 1 level up, or alternatively, since these items are cheaper, I can get 5 of them from this one thief. Lantis is pointing out that I'm going to want to make sure that I make it so that the item can only be used once. That is a very good point. Let's go ahead and make sure that is actually the case before I forget, because I kind of already have. And in fact, you know what else I forgot? I forgot all about that episode break. So while I'm setting up these to make sure that they can only be used once, we're going to do that episode break, and when we come back, going to take care of the prize situation with the sweepstakes thing, as well as give the shopkeeper some equipment to sell, and that'll be it for the town, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,